So what are we going to be doing today? So we're going to be studying perimeter, but we'll need a few things to begin. We'll need a quick reminder of measurement that we studied last week. How do we know we'll understand? Well, we know we'll understand if we can calculate perimeter. We know what perimeter is. And understand how to get missing sides. All right, so what is perimeter? Let's talk about that. So when we talk about perimeter, we're talking about the distance on the outside of a shape. Now, how do we do that? So all we do is we just add up the sides. Now that's essentially what we do, okay? Now, we add up all the sides, but sometimes we're missing them. So that means we'll have to do some investigation. So for example, let's say I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 1, 2, 3, and then this is say 4, and then this is 1, and this is 2. So imagine I have all of these sides here. Now, all of these sides are in centimeters. Okay, so if I wanted to find all of these sides, what I would do is I would just go, okay, the perimeter P is equal to all the lengths added together, right? So here's what we go. So we start from one side. So one side. So there we go. That's the first one. So I'm going to go 1 plus, and then this side. And I'd go 2. And to continue the cycle, I would do the same thing again, but for this side, 3. So I'm going to add 3. And then we continue on for the rest of this shape. So we got plus 4, plus 1, plus 2. And you just pull out your handy dandy calculator and you get the answer of 13. And remember, we said this thing was in centimeters, so we'd write centimeters as our units at the end. So once again, how did we do that? We went around the entire shape and we did the complete cycle around the shape, and each time we went to a different side, we just added it to the total. All right, so right now, I want you to make sure you copy down each one of these questions as I do them so that you have an idea of how to do these problems. Okay, so for number 2A, it asks us to find the perimeter of that shape. Now, based on this basic shape, it's just a triangle, right? And with this triangle has 3 sides, so we'll just write down, so P is equal to, and we just add up all the sides. So literally, I'm just going to go and do this side, and then this side added together. So in that case, I'm going to have 12 plus 16 plus 20. Add them all up, and you're going to get the following. So you could write 48, but you need to recognize that these sides of this triangle all measured in kilometers. So we must say that this is 48 kilometers. And then put your answer in a box. So for question number 2B, we do the same thing again, but this time we have a problem. You'll notice we have a rectangle, right? Now, this side of my rectangle is 5.6 meters. In order for this to be a rectangle, this other side here has to be the same. So that means this must also be 5.6 meters. Now, this side here, 3.5 is here, but it's missing on the other side. So guess what? This other side here must also be 3.5 meters. So when we do our total, we must add this. P is equal to 5.6 plus 3.5. And then we have another plus 5.6. And then plus 3.5. Add those all up, and you're going to get 17.2. But remember that this problem has our distances in meters, so we must say 17.2 meters. Now let's do that again for the last problem. So now I want you to try the next problem on your own. Give me the perimeter. Tell me what it is. Pause the video and do it now, and then you'll see my answer. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start from this side here, and we're going to go all the way around. So you have 13.6 plus 11.3 plus 9.1 plus 5 plus 7.4. And you get, when you add them all up, 46.4 centimeters, which is what we expect. Pause the video and make sure this is all copied down so that you have an idea of how to do this. So just remember, for this one, we had to fill in the sides. So this happens from time to time when you see these types of perimeter problems. They just give you one or two sides and then you have to figure out the others. Okay, so for this problem here, we have a rather interesting dilemma. We have two sides that are missing, and I'm going to highlight them. So I have this side in red and this side in blue, which is missing. Okay, so here's my question. How do I find those missing sides? Let's think about it. So for the red side, so the red's matching side that is parallel to it, the matching parallel sides are this and this. Okay? You know that the longest side is equal to 40 plus the unknown. Okay, so the longest side is just 52. So if I wanted to find the unknown side, I basically have to take the longest red side minus the 40 to get my answer. Now let's take a look at the blue side here that's missing. Basically, if you think about it, this and this side and this side must equal this. So that means we have to take the longest blue side and that's equal to 28 which is here, plus the unknown side, which really means that it's the unknown, if I wanted to find it, is equal to the longest parallel side minus the 28. So imagine if I call this red side X and this blue side that's missing Y. What we're going to do is we're going to do the calculations for it. So X is going to equal, well, 52 minus 40. And where did I get the 52? I got the 52 from the longest side that's parallel to X and 40. And all I do is I go 52 minus 40 to get this part here. So 52 minus 40 is, you guessed it, 12. And that's 12 centimeters. So X is 12 centimeters. So I could go back here and I could erase X now. And I could put down 12. Now let's talk about Y. So Y is our unknown side that goes up and down. So we're going to take the longest side, which is 28, which is parallel to it, minus 23, and you get Y is equal to 5 centimeters. And now we'll just update our shape, and then once we've updated our shape, we'll go and calculate the perimeter, which is what we're looking for. So now that we've put in our numbers here, make sure you copy that down. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to calculate your perimeter as we did before. So pause your video and do the question. Find the perimeter. Perimeter. I'll give you a scaffold. So you're going to start with this and then fill in the blanks. And then you're going to have P is equal to something. And don't forget the units. Put your answer in. And then I'd like you to check your answers with me before you move on. Send a message to me about your solution, and then I'll tell you if you got it right. But so you have some practice work for this, which is right after this lesson. And then there is another practice sheet that kind of pulls all of the stuff that we did together. And then there's going to be an assignment on this, okay? And you can have that ready for me by latest Thursday.